Alright, what's up guys, it's Spiderwolf back for first time around UMAMUSUME video. So we're gonna be covering UMAMUSUME, but first I would really appreciate if you could drop a like, comment, subscribe, would really help me out trying to get 1,000 subscribers. But with that being said, let's get into this. So I got here a nice image here. I'll be honest, I don't know where I found it. I kind of found it a little bit randomly, and I don't know who the original author is because I don't see any original links to who the original author of this might be. But I thought it was pretty useful, and you know, we're just gonna go into it. And basically it's just going to give you like an overall general idea of what to look out for the game, more so when you start re-rolling for the game, and like what's really good, and then it kind of gets you an idea as to the long run a little bit of this game as well. So I'm going to be getting into this. Also, by the time this video gets uploaded, the game should be available to download. The pre-download should be available for that. Hopefully though, it gets uploaded before the game actually releases, so you know. That'd be kind of helpful. But yeah, so give me a second here guys, sorry about that. Had some gum and kind of messed my throat up a little bit. Anyways, so this is basically implying that yeah, as long as we're the same as JP, Korea, or Taiwan, we're good to go, which probably is going to be the case, right? And then these are going to be exactly like what you want to do, what you want to focus on. So this is all based on if we get 20 free rolls at the start of the game, which we probably should. We probably should be able to. If not, it'll make these a little bit worse, but for the most part, everything should be about the same. So there's a UMA banner, which basically you don't want someone on that. So UMA banner basically is you will get 2 tickets to receive UMAs upon launch, 1 random and 1 selector respectively. Do not roll on these banners unless you're a whale. Yeah, so I think this is like a paid banner or something, or this is just a banner where it's like you can just get standard banner characters that you can get easily, because they do mention that we can get 2 of these for free. So yeah, don't summon on UMA banners. What you do want to summon though on is the standard support card banner, which is a little bit interesting because you think it'd be like a limited banner, but I think it's because the game's not going to have any limited banners when the game does launch. At least it shouldn't, but you never know. Sometimes they might play some a little bit, you know, they might do a little bit like some sus stuff. It might have a limited banner that wasn't originally on the launch of the game, but we'll see. I'll definitely make a video if that changes, but for the most part, basically when you reroll, you want to roll on the standard banner, support banner, and basically you want to get this card here, which is a support card, so not a character but a card, which is kind of interesting, right? Now, like, why would it be rolling a card on a character? Well, we'll get into that in a little bit. Basically, you want to roll this card here called Fine Motion. This is what it looks like on the right here. Preferably, you want to get 2+ copies of the same SSR card with only, and then with a probability of only 20 rolls. Is going to be very difficult. So you might have to do more than 1 day of re-rolling just to get that to happen. But basically, bare minimum, you want at least 1 version of Fine Motion here, which is what they call FM here. So if you do get 1 copy of FM, consider yourself lucky, but you may want to re-roll. So if this is the only SSR card you pulled in your initial roll, you may want to re-roll because it's not the best. It's not the best start, but it's also not the worst start. Like, it's an alright start. So basically, if you got this, but if you got another SSR card, like one of these 2 here, like Super Creek, then yeah, that's probably a god roll right there. Like, you probably are good to go at this point, like they even mentioned, right? Like, if you go down here, you get Super Creek as your other one, then you basically got like the very like lowest chance possible of getting it, and like you got really lucky, and then you should just start the game at that point. And let's see, and then if you already lucked out and have any additional of the following shown SSR or SR below from your initial 20 pull, then you're sitting incredibly pretty. Start racing. So yeah, so basically, as long as you get Fine Motion and you get Super Creek, you're basically done. Or if you get any of these other SSRs here that are, you know, that are down here. So if you get any one of these here or SRs, you know, not too bad. Though I would recommend at least get 2 SSRs. So get specifically one being Fine Motion, and then the other one being maybe Super Creek or one of these down here. And I'd say that you're probably good to go at that point. However, though, another good, really good option, of course, right, is getting 2 copies of Fine Motion. So basically, just reroll to get either 2 SSRs, one being Fine Motion and one being another one of these, or 2 Fine Motions, and you're good to go. And then there's the other one where you got 3 Fine Motions, which is highly unlikely, but if you do, you're basically set, you know, ready to go at that point. You're basically cooking up. So yeah, this is basically what you want to go for. So basically, I said basically something. I'm sorry, guys. Essentially, as long as you get Fine Motion and 1 other SSR or an additional copy of Fine Motion, you're basically good to go at that point. You got your account basically at that point. You don't need to worry about re-rolling anymore. You're basically good to go. Now, here's all the different Horsegirls available in the game. Now, some are 3-star, which is the high tier rarity, right? And some are the low tier rarity. Now, some of these are not going to be available on global, I think. but there's different ones, and basically there's no real like meta as to which horse girl is better than the others, but there's like a couple that are generally somewhat better. It's more so because like each one has like a different role, because there's different roles you need to put these girls into, and so kind of like everybody's like usable, to be honest. Maybe some more than others, but for the most part everyone here is usable. So basically just kind of pick and choose of who you want, you know, from the 3 stars, and then you focus on them as we go here. So yeah, very basic and brief overview of all the girls, and then this is basically going over what each one does, right? So we got special week here, who's good at who's unique at acceleration, decent gold skills, consistent in stadium, will be used as parent early game. Yes, I don't know what parent is, but you know, we'll learn. We'll learn as the game releases. We have Silent Suzeka here, who's also another 3-star. She's used for runner abilities, concentration skills good, frequently used in CM, and then inherited only works on runners. We also have Teto here, great in mid distances, can be used to great effect in CM, consistent 25 speed as parent, and may or may not have buffs on launch. So just some characters may or may not get buffed, you know, in the future, which actually is kind of good. Now we have Maruzuzenki, I'm gonna say this horribly, Maruzuzenski, who's the Fanatic parent UMA, can use to build around tracks and consistent skills in stadium and great inherited unique. So she's really, really good. We have Oguru Cap, great all-rounder, strong in any track, consistent in stadium, heal is consistent, so basically she's good in everything for the most part. Then we have Gold Strip here, who's a 2-star. Doesn't really matter too much necessarily what she does, or like it doesn't matter because like 2 stars is a little bit easier to grab, so not too important here. I think she's actually given her out for free. I think you start out with her. Then we have Vodka, here's another 2-star, so basically a couple 2-stars here. Then we move to the next 3-star, which is Shuttle here. So she's unique, very strong on certain tracks, desirable parent with acceleration, unique can be inconsistent, and the skills pair well with Nishino Flower. And then we have Majuro McQueen, who's strong in stadium, great unique runner, primarily used as long leader, and then has a specific strategies in CM. And then we have Rudolph here, consistent unique slash gold skills, good mid stadium UMA, decent parent, not generally seen in CM, so like an okay character, not really someone you're going to be using that often maybe in all pieces of content. And you have Rice Shower down here, very popular UMA, unique and gold, good for stadium, better on some tracks than others, shines in long races, so another great character. So yeah, most of the 3-stars are pretty much good, so if you get one of them, you're probably fine. Me personally, the one I'm probably going to try to aim for is probably going to be between Maruzinski and then Oguro Cap, but I think most people should probably go for Oguro Cap, though I think Shadow is a bit more, is also pretty good too, but we'll go into like who you should be focusing on. So you want to use your 3-star selector on a UMAMUSUME of your choice, so that's what UMA is, if you guys don't know. Ensure you have completed your rerolling process for the support card, as we went over before, you know, making sure you get your Fine Motion, and either another copy of Fine Motion or any one of these other SSR cards. So once you got those ready to go, then you're ready, then you got your account ready to go. So then now, step 2, ensure that you have used your random 3-star UMA tickets first. 4 3-star characters getting duplicates hurts, especially when you're trying to, you know, you're starting your account, right? So you want to get new characters. And then dupes don't really matter necessarily in the beginning right away, right? So basically make sure you use your random, because, you know, as they did mention earlier, we are going to be getting, what's it, 1 random and then 1 is selector, right? So make sure you use your select. There might be like additional selectors because they didn't mention, you know, make sure you use all your selectors, but, you know, at the very least, we're going to have 1 random selector. So make sure you use that random one. You know, you might get someone really, really good or whoever. And then basically once you have, you know, used up all your randoms, then you use the selector and you choose who you want to go for. Or you could just go for the more meta-ish choice. So basically the best choice to go for is Oguro Cap. She's really, really good in basically all pieces of content. So she's really, really good. Secondary choice is going to be Maruzenki or Shuttle here. So these are your secondary options. And then at that point, the other 3 are basically if you just really like those characters. So yeah, for me, I'd say the first 3 are more so my favorite characters. I'm not really too crazy about any of the other options in the waifu tier personally for me. But yeah, I'll probably be picking one of these 2. Well, I say one of these 2, right? But I can only really pick one of them. But overall, if I do get a Oguro Cap, then I'll probably pick one of these gals here in the second, like Maruzuki or Shuttle or Shuffle. Is it Shuttle? No, I think it's Shuttle. But if I don't get Oguro Cap on the random, then I'll probably be picking her. And then final bit here. So first month of UMA Global, basically do all your tutorial, do all the missions, you know, have fun with the game, check it all out, do all the new content, build up your characters, reroll as much as you need to. Once you got your account, you know, enjoy it, choose the characters you're looking for. And then, you know, we got different races here. So we got short, mile, mid, long, and dirt. So don't ignore your 1 to 2 stars because they're also going to be good and you're going to need them for the different options here. Plus there's some really good ones anyways that are 2 stars and 1 up. And the good starters for each race as they mentioned here. Let's see, so then week 1, basically this is what you should be focusing on for, like, as they say, the first month of the game. So for the first week, basically just try to clear out the missions, you get your free rolls, SSR support cards, yada yada yada. You can use your tickets immediately because they don't get updated, so kind of like JJK Fan and Previous I play that. Basically, whenever you get the SSR selector ticket or whatever, they don't get updated in the future unless you get them later on in the future when the pool gets updated. Otherwise, if you hold on to them, there's no point. So make sure you just use them right away. And then consider 1 to 2 times 10 rolls on UMA banners to fill out your roster of 1 to 2 star UMAMUSUMEs, right? To fill out your team slots here. Since you will need them to complete a more PvP team-based team scale, because there's a bit of PvP in this game. Start racing in the UMA tutorial or selector gave you to create a basic team for each distance type. I'm not sure. I think they're just saying, like, just mess around with the tutorial to kind of get an idea of how to, like, you want to build your teams, and then start saving carrots because a really popular character is coming very soon. So essentially, you just really want to use your 2 10 rolls in the beginning of the game to reroll for your your fine motion. And then maybe do, like, I think they're saying maybe do 1 or 2 more for any current rated up UMA banner to try and just get a couple more characters basically to fill out. Or you could just try to play the long game and hold out for the bigger banner. So then the next 1 or 2 weeks, basically there's going to be a first story event. You want to do that because it gives you a really nice welfare SSR card. So you may want to make sure you get that. It's going to be very helpful. And then keep leveling everybody up, build those PvP teams if needed, if that's your end game, and then keep saving your summons. Week 3 to 4, which should be around maybe the end of July-ish or August. That's when we get, the big first character, which is going to be Kita-san, SSR speed support card. Not really, let's see, not really. This is the first card to spend all your carrots on at the start of the game because the card remains unchallenged for about 1.5 years. So basically, it's a really good support card you really want to get. So that's kind of what they're saying. Yeah, just make sure you save up your carrots for this, basically. So make sure you, like, try to get as maxed up as possible if you can, because it's really, really good. And then, of course, we're going to get future other characters like summer units and seasonal units and different future cards as well. They're going to be very helpful. But that's basically the gist of it. I will, of course, be making content for you guys of this game as the game continues moving forward as to what you should be summoning on, any tips and tricks here, and then, like, what, how you want to build your teams and all that, as I figure it out myself as well. Since I'm kind of going this in blind, to be honest. I know some people do the research ahead of time or already play the game on JP or whatever. I haven't. I'm just kind of going fresh, which maybe isn't always the best decision, but it's how I want to handle things. But with that being said, guys, I hope that helps you guys out, and I'll see all of you guys racing in a day or so. Might be live doing some pulls or whatever. We're getting our account settled. The only problem is that we also have the Persona 5 Phantom X gacha game literally releasing on the same day, like I think 2 hours later or something. So that's gonna make things a bit rough on how I'm gonna handle things. But we'll see how that kind of pounds out. Definitely gonna be a bit rough on me, but it is what it is. I want to check out both games at least, and I'm very excited for UMAMUSUME. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna see all you guys later. Peace and take care, everybody.